SEC for a rivalry game between Alabama and Texas A&M on Saturday. Kentucky continues to remain undefeated, but you got a couple of teams here that have something to play for. In the first meeting, Alabama won easily, 65-44. They were a 5-point favorite, and it was a game where Texas A&M did not have their second leading scorer, Jalen Jones. He was actually the first. Their leading scorer at the time. He had a sprained ankle, but he is back. Now the teams have gone in different directions. Alabama, 17 wins on the year, but they're 5-9 the last 14 games. Offense has been struggling the last two games. Saturday against Vanderbilt, they're up by 11 at the half, and they end up losing 73-66. And then Monday against Ole Miss at home, they gave up a ton of points, 82, and they were favored in the game and lost. So, Jeff, not a good vibes with this Bama team right now.
This is one of the teams we talked about at the top of the show, just maybe a dead team right now, but it really hasn't been their fault. They lost two starters to injuries, forward Shannon Hill and guard rookie Tarrant. So it's just been a bad luck season for Bama. They're won 5 out of the last 15 games. They lost to Ole Miss on Tuesday at home. They have no chance of making the big dance unless they have a miracle and win the NCAA tournament. So this is one team that I went against on Tuesday night, and I definitely we'll go against them here also. A&M lost at Florida 66-62 on Tuesday, but then they scored the first 10 points, and then they couldn't throw a pea in the ocean the rest of the way. They ended up with a 35.6 shooting percentage for the game, 20-9 straight up, 17-10 against the spread, 8-5 against the spread at home. Daniel House had a bad game against Florida, 0 for 10, and then he injured his ankle, so he's probably questionable for this game. This is a team that's looking to for good things in the postseason, and it's a revenge game compared to Alabama, which pretty much will be done for the season. So I'll go with Texas A&M in this matchup.
Okay, you got an A&M team that's already hit the 20 and win mark. They've been covering numbers too, 11-3 spread run. They're also 13-2 straight up at home. They've been doing it largely with defense, 11-4 run under the total. Great defense for Coach Billy Kennedy. Their last home game was Saturday against Auburn, and boy, they won easily 80-55 with terrific defense. Then the Monday game against Florida, 4.5-point dog, lost 66-62. Just couldn't get anything going offensively. Florida tried to give them the game, going 20 of 38 from the free throw line, but couldn't quite get there. And A&M, the coach mentioned that they were doubling Daniel House, and that was something I wonder if other teams are going to copy. I think Bama, Zach, is going to just double House to slow him down?
Texas A&M, they're definitely not an offensive juggernaut team. Obviously, Daniel House transferred from Houston. They have another transfer in the lineup as well. I forget his name off the top of my head, but they've been hit or miss with the transfers making the impact. Obviously, House last year, Houston was horrible, so he made his breakaway from there. But Texas A&M at home, I'm not sure. Alex Caruso, I think he's a senior, but this should be senior day for them, and that oftentimes inflates the line value. So you have to look out for that. I saw a couple lines skyrocket just because of senior day this past week. And it's a trickier spot. If you're going to bet a team at home on senior day, you better get it early because it's not worth the value if it goes up a point and a half. But Texas A&M, I've seen a little bit from them this year. They seem to stay in games. They seem to play tough. But if they get down in a game, they really don't have the offense to come back. I saw that against Baylor this year, against a few other teams. Obviously against Florida, they came back based on free throws. But if they can get a lead, they play well with leads. They did that against ASU earlier this season, and then also against LSU twice, which kind of shocked me in those matchups. But Texas A&M, it depends on the line in this one. Hopefully it's a smaller number, 3 to 4.5. Might be worth taking, but if it's higher than that, I would pass on it.
Okay, I'll take a look at the home team here because Alabama not playing well right now. 1-7 spread run when they face a team with a winning record. They're also 5-9 straight up the last 14. It's a revenge spot for Texas A&M. Remember that first game, they didn't have Jalen Jones, so they do have him back for this one. A&M covering games, 11-3 spread run, and also a very good bounce-back team after a loss, 6-2 against the spread. And that last home game, they out-rebounded Auburn 44-30, and here they come home after a loss. So it should be a good situational spot for A&M on Saturday. All right, let's tell you what we have going on for the weekend. Jeff, you're on a terrific run in college basketball, 9-2. You were off a perfect 3-0 last night with North Carolina, Dayton, and Ole Miss. You've got a rare high roller blockbuster at a special discount coming up.
Yeah, my blockbuster last Saturday was easy winning Utah State over Air Force. This week I'll do it again. It's a $99 value. You get it for $49 at jimfives.com. Also, call LVSS at 1-866-575-8916. We'll get you through the conference tournaments. About 2 weeks worth of college basketball plus NBA for only $10. So call LVSS at 1-866-575-8916. And also go to jimfives.com every day for NBA and college basketball winners.
All right, and Zach, you're on that 106-71-5 college basketball run. How can folks get aboard? In fact, also, do you have a free play? Because last week you gave one on the defending champs, which came through.
Yeah, UConn, I just think there's value on them right now. If you keep playing them ATS from this point through their conference tournament, I think they're going to make a run in the tournament. They might not cover the number every single game, but if you can go above the number, why not take that chance? So I could see them going 3-1, 4-1 ATS over their next 5 games. As far as a play on Saturday, it's a little too early for me right now to give out a play on that, but jimfives.com, I'll have my plays up. There's some smaller conference tournaments going on right now, and one a key one tomorrow in the Atlantic Sun. I'm really intrigued to see what happens with USC Upstate versus Florida Gulf Coast. I think USC Upstate, if they get in the tournament, they're going to pull off an upset. Keep that in mind. I think they'll get the 14th seed, and they'll upset a 3rd seed in the tournament. But getting there is often hard. They lost to Florida Gulf Coast just a week and a half ago. But the USC Upstate team, they've really got some good balance. They just blew out Tennessee State last night. Should have had it as a play, but I didn't post it. But they won by 35. And they've played some quality teams this year, Memphis, Maryland, Mississippi State, a couple others. So they have a strong non-conference schedule. And I like their balance as a small-tier school. As far as plays, jimfives.com. We're gearing up for the conference tournaments, the main conference tournaments, but I will have some small school plays as well in the Atlantic Sun, Horizon League, and West Coast Conference. That's going to be coming out here soon.
All right, last week we told you about Jim Feist's mismatch game of the year. That was Oklahoma City winning 119-94. Over the weekend, he had his NBA shocker of the year. That was the Brooklyn Nets. They beat Golden State straight up. That's part of a 13-4-1 run with NBA Games of the Year for Jim. You can check out jimfeist.com for that, as well as Jim's March Madness Tourney Package Special available now. You're going to play all of his plays online right through April 8th, and you can check that out at jimfeist.com. All right, that'll do it for this week, and we will leave you with a comment about an NBA game that David Letterman had the other night. Apparently there was a dog show at Madison Square Garden, and Letterman said, hey, if I want to see rolling over and playing dead at Madison Square Garden, I'll go see a Knicks game. Okay, we will see you next week with another edition of the college basketball version of Pro Life. See you then.